So if you have any type of B2B service-based business, your sales pipeline is directly proportional to how many clients you're going to sign in the next few months, right? So whether that's in the next week or in the next 3 months, depending on how long your sales cycle is, you can expect a certain amount of people to close based off of how full your pipeline is. Okay, so the video is going to go over how you can increase the pipeline value of your business and also why your pipeline value is so low right now. So why can you trust anything I say? Sent over 500K cold emails in the past 3 months, booked sales calls with BMW, Jaguar Land Rover, Berkshire Hathaway companies, Just.com, and a few other pretty cool companies. And on a monthly basis, we book anywhere from 80 to 100 qualified sales calls for our clients. You can also watch some of these case studies below. There's going to be a link to this document so you can check it all out. So what is a sales pipeline? Your sales pipeline is an organized way to keep track of the leads that are on your purchasing journey, right? So from the moment they book in or they opt into a lead magnet to when they are signed and paid, they are in your sales pipeline. A good sales pipeline is a full sales pipeline full of leads. And that means that you have engaged leads, keyword engaged, that are on the right track to becoming an eventual client of your business, right? A dry pipeline is the opposite of that. A dry pipeline means that you don't have any engaged leads or very little, and basically you don't have people who are interested in your service and eventually going to become your client, right? So obviously it's bad. You should always be in a state of a full pipeline, because then it not only helps your sales process, but also when you're on sales calls, you don't need the call. You don't need the person to close because you have another full pipeline. You have more leads, more calls that you can just close, and you're not in need of any of singular deal, right? Which obviously helps with your sales ability. And there are multiple stages to a sales pipeline. Very basic. Obviously, you can have a lot more steps. Is number one, they schedule a call. Then you get on the call and you have the call done. Contract and invoice sent, and then signed and paid, right? So usually that's the very simple overview of a sales pipeline. Obviously, there could be lead magnet opt-ins, other sources that you're getting these leads to contact you from, but that's a very simple breakdown. So why might be your pipeline empty? Simply said, you're just not placing prospects in there. It's that simple. You're just not putting people into the position where they are in your pipeline. Okay, you are not getting your offer, whatever you're offering, whether that's e-commerce, email marketing, Facebook ads, real estate cold calling, event management, whatever it is, you're not placing enough people in front of your offer so that they can even think about being interested in what you have. Okay, now there are 3 fundamental ways of placing people into your sales pipeline. Number 1 is cold outreach, number 2 is content, and number 3 is paid ads. Okay, Daniel Fazio, Cold Email Wizard, always talks about this. These are literally the 3 only ways that you can reliably and scalably get clients for your B2B business. And one thing he also mentions is that you should start them in that order, right? So you should start with cold outreach first, then move on to content, then paid ads. Now, you should not be relying on referrals or word of mouth, because that, you can't really justify whether a word of mouth lead is going to come in anytime soon. You can't rely on that. So we're just going to skip over that. And right now, I need you to guys understand this. Right now, as you watch this video, there is someone who is directly in need of your service that can be a part of your sales pipeline. You just didn't get your offer in front of them, and they don't know that you, whatever your name is, provide that service and can do it for a price that makes sense for them, right? So whether you charge 3 or 10K a month for your service, there is someone who's willing to pay that exact amount, dollar amount, for your service, for your, whatever you do at that time. You're just not in front of them. So that's why you need to exist in front of your prospects, okay? So how can you do this? Like I mentioned, there's the 3 ways, right? Cold outreach, content, and paid ads. Now, the other ones take a lot of time, right? Content takes time to actually bring in leads. Paid ads takes a lot of money, right? So your best option right now is to start with some sort of cold outreach. right? So you have three different options for cold outreach: cold email, cold DM, or cold calling. There is no singular best outreach mechanism for whichever industry you're in, right? If I just said cold email is the best, I would be false, because literally, like, you could be in an industry where cold email just does not work as well as, for example, cold calling, right? So you have to find the best cold outreach mechanism that you can use, whether that's cold email, cold DM, or cold calling, and test that. And that's the only way that you're going to be able to quickly fill your sales pipeline. And once you fill your sales pipeline, let's say with 10 leads, right? And you have 10 calls lined up, right? You don't need any specific one to close, because if you're even closing at a 10% closing rate, you will close one, right? And 10% is very low. So you need to just have a lot of leads lined up that are aware of your service, in need of it, able to pay for it, which is considered a qualified or a quality lead. And then the closing becomes easy, right? For example, me, I'm not the best salesperson, right? I never trained sales. I never went to a sales training. I just started taking sales calls, and the more sales calls that I took and the less that I needed the sale, because I just had another 10 calls lined up, the better my sales ability became, because, well, I don't need any sale. I'm just telling them what my offer is, and I'm trying to help them. That's really what it comes down to. So it's not only going to help the overall revenue of your business, it's going to help you with your sales ability, right? So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. If you do own a B2B business and you're looking to maximize your sales pipeline, you could book a call in the description below. We can definitely help you with that, whether that's with a done for you or a done with you option. We've got you covered. And yeah, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If you have any questions, DM me on Twitter, send me an email, and I'll try to get back to you guys. Thanks.